Well, the Packers, even though the Lions lost two of their key offensive defensive coordinators, the Lions are still the favorites to win the division. But the Packers have some say in that as well. Well, are the Packers being doubted by the media?
It's football time.
Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, so sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we're talking about the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, of course, with Jordan Love sustaining his right left thumb injury. He had to undergo a procedure for that, so hopefully it's not that big and he'll be just fine. Also, in the preseason game they had in the first week of the preseason, they were outscored 30-10. Of course, their next preseason games are against both Colts and then lastly the Seahawks before the entire regular season gets underway. But the question is, are the Packers being doubted by the media? I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Before we do, if you guys do enjoy this video, do me a favor and smash the button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. For now, let's talk about the Packers. The Packers, I do believe they're being doubted a little bit because we all know the Packers are better than they've been in recent years. They got a receiver core now that's extremely loaded. I can't even name all of them. Add Matthew Golden onto the team. That is right now your number one receiver until Christian Watson gets back. Then you also bring in Savion Williams, who I saw in person, and he is a solid stud. I get a lot of vibes from Debo Samuel from Savion Williams. I get a lot of vibes of him when, of course, Debo was in his prime. But I look at the Packers. I think they're a sneaky under the radar team because the Packers, I do believe they're right now a contender. Because if we look at the 2 years that they've had in the playoffs, they of course beat the Cowboys as they're normal in AT&T Stadium. The two teams they've lost to have been the 49ers that they lost at the last second on the last second touchdown by Christian McCaffrey. Then you lose to the Philadelphia Eagles, who would go on to be the eventual Super Bowl champions and all that. But when I look at the Packers, I think their offense is scary because their running back core is amazing. You got Josh Jacobs in there, and then also Marshawn Lloyd coming back from his injury. You also bring in a few other receivers from the free agency. You bring in Mecole Hardman, who is the same guy that caught a game-winning touchdown pass in the Super Bowl against the 49ers in that Super Bowl. But when I look at the Packers, I see a team that's of one thing away from being a contender because all they need is a solid defensive stud. That's all they need. They have one superstar player on defense, and I believe they can be a Super Bowl contender because the Packers, Jordan Love is an amazing quarterback. He is an amazing guy. And especially when it gets to Toyotathon, that's when he performs at his best. When I look at Jordan Love, even when he was out, Malik Willis was able to show up. He was actually a little bit better than a few other quarterbacks back as a backup. So in my eyes, I think even if Jordan Love is out for the first week of the season, I do believe Willis will have a great massive potential to win that game. But of course, it's the Lions, and we all know how the Lions are. When I look at the Packers are a sneaky underdog team because of Jordan Love. Jordan Love has one of the more younger and skilled offenses we have ever seen. Jaden Reed is one of them, one of the top receivers. Of course, still Romeo Dobbs. You also got lots of other guys. I can't even name them all. But and then also your best tight end in Tucker Kraft. My point is to the Packers. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they won the division, like Colin Cowherd thinks they might. But of course, the Lions are still the one team in your way. They've swept the line. The Lions have swept the Packers for the last 3 seasons. And one of those seasons, may I remind you, was when Aaron Rodgers was in the building. Was when Aaron Rodgers was in his final year. Ever since then, Packers have not been able to stop the Lions. all primarily because of the run defense that was non-existent until most recently. Like when I look at the Packers, if they can beat the Lions at least once, I believe they have a chance at the division. But if they get swept again, I think it's ultimately going to go to the Detroit Lions for the third straight time. So, Packers, I do believe there's a lot of potential in you, and I do believe you're being doubted by the media, but the Packers got a lot of brightness in their future ahead. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the Packers are being underestimated by the media? Let me know in the comments what you guys think down below. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor and smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.